Just outside of Delhi, in the countryside of Uttar Pradesh, cows seem right at home. Although not eaten by the Hindus, a couple useful byproducts come from them. You'd guess dairy, but how about these? These ubiquitous piles you see drying along the roadside are called khanda. It's made of a little bit of straw, a little bit of mud, and a whole lot of cow shit. It's a dirt-cheap energy source which cooks your food and heats your tea and home. But as natural as cows seem in the countryside to just about everyone, this is a site which is uniquely Indian. Mixed in with the 17 million residents of Delhi, over 40,000 cows stroll through the crowds and traffic without a care in the world. No one raises an eyebrow. These animals are deeply respected in India. The god Krishna appeared once as a herd of cows. Mahatma Gandhi said cow protection is the most important manifestation of Hinduism. But why a cow out of all the creatures that roam the earth? Goats are technically much smarter, but you can find them on most menus. What gives? To get to the bottom of the cow issue, I find a huge nonprofit dedicated to the safeguarding of Delhi's cows.
Cow Welfare Family. This organization is for the help of the cows.
Could you explain to me how India views the cow?
We believe that cow is next to the God, actually God, and we worship them also.
Why is that? Why is the cow special?
In our books, holy books, it is written there.
I convinced these guys to allow me to roll with their cow rescue team. Life in the big city can be perilous for cows, and when accidents happen, they rush to the scene. In the shadow of Shiva's temple, we find our first emergency call. Poor guy apparently has a broken leg. He's probably hit by a large vehicle. They're bringing in the team right now. They'll probably transport him to a care facility, an animal care facility. That sucks, good guy. But there's no time to dally. Another call comes in immediately, and we rush down a few blocks to locate our next bovine in distress. He seemed more nervous with this cow than with the last cow. Of course, the last cow had a broken leg.
Actually, this cow is totally wounded.
Yeah. Cow seems to be in okay shape. It has a kind of a nasty wound on its tail. Because of the location, it got infected. They can't really disinfect it here, so they're going to bring it to the Sanjay Gandhi Animal Care Center with a proper facility to take care of the animal, and after that it might get released, it might stay there depending on its status. The troubled cow is loaded up and brought to a care facility in the heart of Delhi. Now, how many different kinds of animals do you figure are rescued in this city? The answer will blow your mind. You can use that. I'm Jonathan Legg, and I came to India to poke around for the extreme edge of counterintuitive spiritualism. The search brought me to the spiritual center of India, Varanasi, full of enticing passages, deep devotion, and interesting characters. In the secret black magic area of Mayong, I encountered a sorcerer who sent me off to Delhi. Here I found not extreme devotion to Shiva, but rather to another creature revered in Hinduism belief. Our injured cows have been brought to the Sanjay Gandhi Animal Care Center. I can't help but be overwhelmed, not just by the number of animals, but also by the diversity. A short walk around the crowded sanctuary is like a trip to the zoo. Deja vu. For those of you who watched season 1, you may recall I went to a camel research center in Rajasthan. Well, these camels, rescued from an illegal slaughterhouse, will make their way back to Rajasthan after recuperating. Isn't that right, guys? Boy, you're gonna have so much fun there. Inside the center, they got goats, donkeys, monkeys, emus, and even camels. all rescued from the city. But more than any other creature, the center treats cows. Lots of cows. Sort of a gruesome procedure taking place here. Is the cows are mainly taken out from the city?
Out from the city, yes.
Yeah.
And then they arrive here and they kept here forever. 30 years ago there was few cows, now they have thousands.
You have thousands of cows here?
Yes.
And-
cows, cattle of any sort.
And the ones who do have amputations.
They've been amputated here.
And is
Because of car accident, vehicle accident.
car accidents.
So fracture, open fracture, infection, you cannot cast it, you know,
Yeah.
big cattle especially. So then you amputate, but you cannot, it's extremely difficult to amputate big cattle.
Right. It's legal for some people to slaughter cows, right? Like, is it legal for the Muslims to slaughter the cows?
Only the government approved slaughtering is the legal,
Okay.
but in India there is a lot of private slaughtering house.
Okay. That are running illegally.
Yeah, actually.
What do you think about the cows roaming in the city? Do you think that's good or bad, or it's bad?
Bad. Because actually the cows eating the poly bags. Last time I operate a cow, there is near about 5 to 6 kg poly bags in their rumen.
5 to 6 kilograms of plastic bags in its
their
stomach.
rumen, yeah.
They can't digest the bag,
No.
and they won't pass it.
After few days, the infection in the body goes up, and the animal die.
Wow. I get myself so bonded with the animals in the center that I find it hard to leave. But the guys from the cow charity have promised to show me one more thing. Their crowning achievement. On the outskirts of the city sits this massive complex. Inside, over 6,000 cows are living out their lives in relative tranquility. Around 500 are milked. The rest, just chillin'. Here they receive food, medical attention, and a roof over their heads. To put this in perspective, Delhi provides food and shelter to a greater percentage of its cow population than Los Angeles provides to its homeless human population. Just as I arrive, a small percentage of the dairy cows are about to get milked. I decide to join in on the fun. Well, fun for me. I'm not so sure she is enjoying this. Sorry. 6 liters of milk twice daily. That's a lot. Looks like a cappuccino kind of on top, doesn't it? But the cherry on top of the whole cow experience is the expression of their spiritual devotion to cows, and a ritual is about to take place. I'll be honest with you, this is the last thing I expected to be doing at happy hour. But as foreign as it is to me, it's also curiously endearing. Now that I'm at the grand finale of my Indian cow experience, what have I learned? How about that look in the eyes connection so many people spoke about? Did I grasp it during my many bovine encounters? Well, would they drag me out of a burning building or carry me to safety if I broke my leg? I doubt it. Would they harm me unprovoked? I doubt that too. Frankly, these two ladies don't seem to care at all about what's happening around them. Smoke, strings, paint, money. It seems to mean little. But it does mean something to these creatures, and I guess that's the point. Well, that was an interesting experience. Felt a little out of place. I didn't know what the protocol was. Luckily, there's another gentleman there. In the process, I could kind of mirror. The sweetest thing about it was watching the mother cow pour all that affection onto her daughter while this was taking place. I don't think they really cared what us silly humans were doing in the meantime. But I kind of went into a small daydream and I thought, what if every country took one animal out of the entire animal kingdom and said, we're going to make this animal as special as they have made the cow in India? What would that look like? What would it look like in your country? What would that animal be? And what would the rituals entail?